low-key. I'm too lazy to be honest.
And now we turn to Spectre, and this is just a pile.
It's just a pile of random bots.
Hey guys, so we're gonna be doing an interview with the cast of the Sigmarius Series or Wolf Series. I don't know what we call it. Space Engineers, episode 84. But hey, you guys know me. I'm Get Brocked. We got the cast here. But before I start, a couple pointers. Number one, if you haven't watched the series, I don't know why you're watching this video. But this is going to have a lot of spoilers, so get to it. Watch the series. Then come back to this. Number two, before I get started, honestly, this channel's starting to get quite stagnant. It's been about 6 months or so, and I have gained 0 net subs. I mean, I'm not complaining too much, but if possible, consider sharing some of my older content, like hitting up a friend and being like, hey, check out this series. I kind of liked it. Or I hated it. Watch these guys be stupid. One or the other. Just share the stuff around. And perhaps we can get a little bit of growth there. And kind of grow the channel a little bit before Oatmeal starts to get more people. But finally, if you appreciate what I do here, I have a Patreon. Just a little bit helps. It's always nice. And yeah. So yeah, we have assembled the crew here. Some of the extras, some of the crew, some of them from the afterlife, some of them from an ambiguous ending. Who knows? All right. Let's get a hello from the cast. Everyone, say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
And before you ask, fuck the McCormick voice, I'm gonna save that.
Yeah, save that. Oh, hey, Timber's over here. Okay, hi, what's up? I didn't know where you were from.
I got ice cream. That's what I'm at. That's what's up. It's cookies and cream.
And yeah, let's hop right into some of these questions. We'll do it semi-fast, and feel free to jump in if you have any input on it. I will get in my fucking shit. I forgot Dregs was on the ceiling.
You also forgot to move your chair back.
All right. How do we do it? Do we just free for all it, or do we just go?
Fuck it, let's
we just go in a circle.
Full
Yeah.
send. That's the motto of the series.
Everybody talk at once so that we can cut down on time.
Okay, I think for this first question, United Space Defense asks, how did you get involved in the series? How about we start with Ace, Spectre, and Dolphin, because their answers are very similar, and then we'll go from there.
Ace, you probably remember the exact episode number.
50.
Yep.
There you go, instantly.
Brock did a shout out for asking for extras, and
I were the only ones who responded. It took 10 minutes.
We were the only three. We've been here ever since.
Yeah. I guess we can kind of get into why brownies are called the brownies in Discord at this point, or do we keep that a low-key secret so we don't come off as raging racists?
I think you should
We've got a
honestly.
brown person here. Send it.
Full sentence.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
I don't think it was initially intended to be taken racistly.
Oh, no, it was not meant to be racist.
No. Like the initial thought wasn't, but after thinking about it,
It was
after
kind
the
of,
first
yeah.
episode of recording.
Brock has a crazy
We
problem.
kind of thought about it. It's like, oh, this could be taken as racist.
Yeah. Oh, and you guys chose
I
brown?
just happened to be wearing a shit brown. It's like, hey, how about like shit brown?
Yeah, and then we stuck with it, and then it turned out we kind of realized in retrospect that I'm ordering brown people to do all slave labor and to die for me.
Okay, what you said specifically, though, was you said, okay, let's have all the brown people come over here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was like the next episode or something.
That was
Yeah, that
50.
was
We were on the ice fields.
Now Brock is completely racist. But yeah, that's how these guys have started, and you guys have basically been there the entire time since then, right? Not to get super nostalgic, but I don't really recall. Yeah, you guys have been there. Some people have come and gone, but you three have been there. How about Rotor? How about you? Let's go with you. How'd you get in the series?
So before the start of season 8, Brock was asking around for somebody to voice a villain, one Admiral McCormick. Although I don't think he was named at the time. Anyway, I had been doing some, voice acting on the side, and decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to send in a little audition, like a little 30-second thing. And I don't remember exactly what I said, and the recording is lost to time now because the laptop I recorded it on crashed and burned and lost all the files. But basically, I submitted my audition, and Brock immediately said, "You got the part."
I think we were all really impressed because you kind of just posted it in general. I think. Right?
Yeah. I just slapped it in general for shits and giggles to see if anything came of it, and I got the part, and here I am now.
Yeah. Link, you just how'd you get in it? Like,
So, it's like 9 months to a year ago, and but before that, actually, about 2 or 3 years ago, I sent Brock a message when he was asking for actors, but it never went anywhere. And then last year, I sent him another message, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, hop on. We'll give you a trial run." And then somehow I'm still here.
yep. You kind of fit your. I kind of like how your character fit your role. You were the kind of started off as the know-it-all ensign, and then you kind of just we corrupted you essentially, and now you're lost as well.
Corruption is fun.
Yep. I think we'll move on from there. We don't need. What was the most frustrating episode to make? I should have thought of these answers before.
Like you told us.
Yeah, like I told. Some of the Osiris ones were pretty bad.
What about when you had that issue with the fucking jump drive clanging out the fray?
Ooh, that was pretty bad. I was actually thinking probably the most frustrating episode to film for me was when we were trying to film the Osiris episode where the series got stuck. And nothing worked. Just, we tried somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 hours, so like 4 or 5 attempts, and just the game would not work. People would just be glued to their seats constantly, even with only 2 people in the series. That's probably by far the worst one. Like, Sigmarius pales in comparison to how bad Osiris was in retrospect, right?
That when you'd get in the Osiris and try and fly it, and it would just start spinning in circles.
And someone's like, someone place a block, reset it. Because replacing a block would fix it. I don't know. For you guys, what was your guys'? That was my favorite. My worst experience from the director's point of view. But
I'd say any episode after.
I'd have to agree with that one.
Yeah. But that makes sense. Sig wasn't that terrible, right? I think all the Sig episodes might have been frustrating in the sense that we were struggling to get a scene done, but never awful to that degree.
It mostly just took a long time. It wasn't like it was particularly impossible to do.
Yeah,
Osiris was easily the most frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Sig, I think probably the most frustrating parts we had were either connection issues or that bug where the jump drives just physically wouldn't work. You wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was
really
really
good.
easy.
What were you saying, Link? I think you wanted to chime in.
Oh yeah, I have one. It wasn't like so much as like frustrating as it was.
Hasn't he only been in like 4 episodes?
Like 10, but yeah.
Like, you owe us a drink after this, like, for complaining.
Not again. Anyway, it was the trench battle on Karak. It wasn't so much difficult as it was a lot of information, because we didn't have obviously like 100 people to fill up the trenches, so we had to keep running in front of Brock's to make it seem that there were more people than there were.
Oh yeah.
Which
that was just because it was.
Are you talking about the tank battle in the middle of the trench?
That
Oh
one.
god,
The one.
I couldn't even get in the game.
Yeah. Okay. I would agree. That's probably the worst. That was the most frustrating one to film. The battle afterwards.
It was just hard because whenever Brock moved past, I then either have to stop shooting and look at him, or just guess when I need to move.
Yeah. I mean, you guys did well, but where
Probably
did
the
the
most-
name Sigmarius even come from?
Oh,
All right.
I was
I don't
gonna-
even know if I want to say this because it might ruin the magic a little bit. So, this episode is sponsored by AFK Arena. No, me and a friend of mine and Gage and some other friends, we were playing this mobile game called, what is it called? It was basically an AFK Arena precursor, but a little better. And there's a character in it called Sigmarius that you can get, and it's like a strong character. And every time we play Sigmarius, we have to say Sigmarius, right? So that's where that came from, by the way. So every time we played him and he crit, because he did a lot of crit or something, we'd be like, "Oh, Sigmarius," coming up huge, just like that all the time. And I just needed a running name for the Sigmarius build, and I just picked that because we were just memeing, because we meme. And
It's stuck.
It's stuck. And will the Osiris crew pay their respects? Also, will there be an episode on how you found the Osiris and repaired her after the fray went down? First part, will we see the Dawn wreck again? Maybe if I do a finish off the Osiris sequel, but it's not likely at this point. Will the Osiris crew pay their respects? Nah, fuck the Dawn crew. Also, will there be an episode? Nah, maybe. I mean, if that series happens, it's unlikely though.
We kind of did.
We need like
Yeah.
we need a character model with beards.
The reality is that the Sig arc kind of tied off a lot of stuff, and it'd be disrespectful for the Sig to like really tie things off. But it really depends on if Cyrus gets a series or not. And at the current, it's unlikely, just because of the nature of how much work it is to create a scripted series. Okay, Link, will the anime girls return? Aren't you the anime girl, Link? So yes, the answer is yes. All right, next question. Raptor Systems.
Never say that again, Link. I'm gonna fucking Glock you down.
This one might be a little bit cheesy, but let's get the Gouda on thick. Raptor System asks, what was it like to be a part of filming this? Let's start with Tibber, because you haven't really gotten a chance. Tibber, what was it like to what was your expectation? I'm going to add to the question. What was your expectation going into it as someone who's watched the series already, and then what was your experience with it?
I fully expected to crash every single vehicle that I got in.
So, as expectations, then?
I barely crashed ever.
I'm kidding, man.
I actually did a pretty good job, especially that one pelican that I got away from the firefight.
Yep. Anything else, with more regards to the series?
I expected never to get a speaking role.
Well, I hate to disappoint you. You might have one or two of those.
Yeah, your voice is too sexy to throw away.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
Oh no. It's almost like it's my only real beneficial trait.
Hey, man, that's more than mine.
It's a voice that can fulfill many roles.
Rotor, how about you? Let's go with you.
So I basically came into the series fresh off of the heels of working with the Nightmare crew that was fucking Jack's Colony Wars, and I was fully expecting this to be every bit as bad as that. But I wanted to, keep doing cinematic series because I love the game so much, and I love the whole cinematic aspect of it, and I wanted to get experience for if I ever wanted to get my own series off the ground. And it was nothing like that at all. Everybody was chill. Everybody was laughing. There was stupid shit. People dicking around. Obviously, within reason, we had to get things done at the end of the day. But all in all, it was so much more relaxed. And I'm really glad I took the leap and joined on because this is the most fun I've had in a long time.
Oh, I appreciate that. But I think you got the wrong thing. We actually all hate each other. We're not laughing. It's low-key veiled hatred.
Yeah,
oh, shit,
Brock's
I
been
have the
doing
wrong
a project for the last
wrong
3 months,
script
and I
here.
wanna
Hang on,
beat him for it.
let me just. Oh yeah, Brock is a cunt. I hate his guts.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, get back on script, Rotor.
Sorry. Please don't beat me again.
I'm gonna go call Gage to go to your place again. Anyone else wanna chime in on that? Did you guys have any weird expectations coming in? How did it end up being?
Yeah, actually, I went into it with nearly zero expectations except for thinking, this is going to be exactly like the episodes. Strangely enough, it really is.
Yeah, we don't do too much planning. Most of it's just ad-lib YOLO shit.
Now that I think about it, I joined this series coming right off of my own attempt to make a machinima that failed hardcore.
To be honest, that's kind of what my expectation was to jumping in and helping back in episode 50 was just kind of a YOLO, fuck it, let's find out.
Yeah, let's see what it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
It's fuck around and find out.
Ever since then, I guess the only way to properly explain what it's been like is to set the room on fire.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all fine. We're having a great time here.
It's something along the lines of me yelling at people to get back on track, and while I'm yelling them to get back on track, something in the set just explodes behind me.
Yeah.
And then I spawn in a ship.
Yeah. But you also can't forget the Spectre Chan incidents.
And then finally, when everyone's calmed down, I go ADD and go on a rant. All right, Dolphin, you can answer the next question. Next question is from Lord of Rodor. Does Bruno Mars is gay?
In Norwegian.
Wait, what? Can you repeat that question?
Does? Okay, I'll
What the fuck?
Is Bruno Mars is gay?
I have no fucking idea.
I'm gonna put that on the screen. That's literally what it says. It has two thumbs up. Who the fuck?
Clearly, Like,
Rogo, would you elaborate?
Here's a good question. Let's start up with the let's start with Dolphin on this one, since you haven't answered a real question yet, aside from the first one. When your character dies, do you feel bad, or are you happy to finally be moving on from a weird voice?
Well, there's both yes and no on that part. As I'm playing as Steve, nobody understands me. Which is actually quite funny, because I can yell shit at you guys, and you're like, the fuck is that kind of Spanish?
We actually have 2 Norwegians, Dolphin. They on the first Steve episode, they brought it up. But go on.
Yeah. But yes, then again, when you have someone that is either way Swedish or Norwegian or Danish, and that understands Norwegian, they're just going to laugh their ass.
Yeah.
I still say we need to go through a step-by-step Steve translation guide episode.
Oh, good lord.
Oh god, no.
Anyone else? Spectre, you have a plethora of characters. What do you feel like when some of your characters die? Or you can hit us up with 2 different cases of, I'm so fucking sick and tired of this character, but this character, blah.
You know, to be honest, as kind of a throwaway of all my characters have been, I actually really enjoyed playing every single one of them.
Yeah.
I think especially Sarge.
Sarge is probably the most YOLO Spectre.
Sarge wasn't too bad.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
I think Victor was probably my favorite. Black powder!
Oh god.
It's funny because basically every single one of Spectre's characters is a throwaway character.
Yeah, basically.
And they were just too precious to throw away.
They're
until
too
the last
precious to
minute.
throw away. Yep.
Just like Southern guy.
Anyone?
No, we tried to kill him
Certainly
alive.
fueled the fire.
Yeah. I was actually really sad when I learned that Southern guy was about to die. And I was like,
I'm still wondering when you're going to introduce his sister.
well, yeah.
She's a little too powerful for this universe. Sorry, go on, wait.
Yeah, Southern guy actually he wants to say something real quick about life on the other side.
Yeah, well, it's not actually too bad. There's hot demon women and booze, so I'm fine here in hell.
Did you have a demon pick
Wasn't there an
girlfriend?
episode where Link did, or excuse me, not Link, where Southern Guy actually pointed out that a certain character that is not here was his sister?
I thought he was pointing to a ship.
Yeah, it's always been about ships.
Suggesting that Captain Sarah was his sister.
Shit. I don't know if I wrote that by accident when I was drunk, but I don't recall. That's certainly some fan fiction, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Funnily enough, I mentioned that before I went. Yeah, it'd be hilarious if Sarah was his sister, and everyone's just like, no, that never.
That's a fucking stupid. Roto, you were gonna say something, I think.
Oh yeah, it's like ironically, like when LT died, I was kind of a little bit sad about that. But ironically, it wasn't a oh man, I got it. Like, oh thank God, I can stop doing this stupid voice. It was a oh boy, I've got to go full commit to McCormick now.
Yeah, your normal voice is gone.
Yeah, my LT was just straight up my normal voice, and then I had to go McCormick, which
Yeah.
I love the character. Don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ, the voice.
I think he had a pretty good send off for the series at the end. And don't forget the Sigmarius.
I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but like whenever I knew I was gonna have to record as McCormick, I would always have like a mug of peppermint tea with honey just sitting next to me, and I knew I'd need at least 3 more before the day was out.
A bowl of lozenges as well.
Ricola.
All right. Next question. We'll answer this question twice because I think it can be interpreted both ways, and it's actually a good question, and we'll interpret it both ways. Number one, what was the hardest scene to film in terms of difficulty, like technique wise?
Let me answer on that one.
Yep.
Those people remember the scene where the Ospreys were on their way down to that moon base?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, with all the flags and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a pretty difficult scene because one of the scenes that was supposed to crash, then I got shot by the flak, and the Pelican or the Osprey I was actually flying blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next scene, you see another Ospreys. It's like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a difficult one. Well, what did we call it? The Protoss anus that was created?
Something like that. Holy shit, yeah. But I really did like the crash landing, though. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that Osprey survived.
You could also talk
I know,
about
I still have it.
you can
Certainly.
also talk about the ungodly amount of times that a little David decided to strip the Sig and
Oh
just, like,
god, the fucking Karak chase was the worst, and I feel really bad.
Honestly, the Karak chase was not bad. That was like 3 attempts. You know, all things considered, that was...
Oh yeah,
it
fair enough,
was-
but still.
I can't remember what scene it was, but a little David, I think it was like the reactor explosion mod was left on or something. The little
Yeah,
David just
and it killed the whole
destroyed
thing.
That back half, yeah.
Farside was pretty difficult, I think.
Oh yeah, that was so
Station
much.
was a
Yeah.
mess.
How did you guys do that scene at near the end with the Dawn and the Sig crossing over? Was that hard?
It was actually 1 take, I believe.
Yeah,
No,
that was
two
really
times.
easy.
Oh, was it 2 times?
But yeah,
Yeah,
we
because,
recorded it twice.
Oh no, we recorded it twice because I needed 2 angles, but I think we did it in 1 take.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think you did, yeah.
one take
But-
each.
Farside was surprisingly not awful, considering it had the potential to be the hardest scene in the series, just because of Farside being Farside, right?
That's true, but Spectre, I don't think you. I was actually flying the Dawn back then. I don't know. I think Ern or Mordeth was actually flying the
Sick.
Sig. Yes, that's true.
I don't know, it was a while ago. Anyone else have a hard scene? The city was kind of a bitch, flying over the city, but that was just more lag once again. Right?
Oh god, a fucking Lightbringer was a complete
Yes.
nightmare.
Oh,
Anytime
Lightbringer.
the Lightbringer was existing.
The
Oh,
The crashing the Lightbringer, that was a pretty difficult session.
I remember I don't crash very often during filming sessions. I think I crashed and froze like 8 separate times during that filming session. It was hell.
That was Lightbringer was an example of I'll fix it in post because there was no coherent editing going on there.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. And you know, you had me flying the Osiris in that scene, and the Osiris just would not turn on my end. I would turn at the ship. I used arrow keys. I used the mouse, and the thing would just snap back and say, "No, you're not turning."
I think that was a little too many assets on
I
scene
crashed
at
into
once.
that thing.
That can go back for that first question, whichever was the most
shittiest-
difficult episode to
Yeah,
work on.
that was probably-
Any episode with the Osiris.
I think we finally had to finally give up on that first Lightbringer session, didn't we?
No, we.
Oh yeah, no, we gave up.
I mean, we stopped filming. It was just going late, but
Yeah.
let's see.
Super Destroyer or something.
I'll be real. It sounds like you're in a goldfish bowl. I didn't hear a word you said there.
Blub, blub, blub.
The Epic Racer. I think your question is probably the best question to end on. I think we'll just go round robin on this bitch. We'll start with Tibber, and then we'll kind of like go up the pyramid of characters, so to speak. This is kind of a combined question. So, what is your favorite episode, and what scene is your favorite like moment of the series? Tibber, go.
The downing of the Lightbringer.
I like that one.
I love that one. Not just because I had the most airtime of any other episode.
The song worked out really cool, the Attack on Titan thing. I thought it was a really cool despair scene.
Indeed it was.
Alright, let's should we go around? Fuck it. Let's have do you extras want to answer as well, since it's the last question, and we'll be wrapping it up after this. Dregs, Mallard?
What?
Alright, maybe Mallard.
Favorite episode, go.
Limited to the Sigmarius series, or can we go further back?
You can hit it all up if you want. Fine, sure.
Okay, to be honest, the last episode of the Fray. That's still always my favorite.
Okay. I'm surprised how many people loved the Fray, considering like it's like half a season of a Sigmarius thing. But you know, each their own.
Well, yeah, the Fray is what made me continue playing Space Engine. So
Yeah, I think like the first real, it's like the first real ship has like a special place in everyone's heart, kind of.
It's also that you did a lot of different things that other YouTubers with their own series were not doing. For instance, you installed flak guns on the ship, and I had never seen those flak guns ever used in any other series. I'd never seen the SEI weapon pack used by anyone else.
Yeah,
true.
Maybe I need to do more stuff like that to gather more content.
Well, you got assault weapons pack now, so.
Oh yeah, we peaked, right?
I think what you need to do is have some quick intermediate stuff in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was talking about. So you guys that like the Into the Fray, how stoked were you when the Into the Fray popped out of nowhere in Far Side?
Tee.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I saw it coming, but I was still pleased.
Yeah. All right.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I don't know what that is. All right. Here, let's go with Rotor next. Favorite episode or scene?
Oh god, that's hard because I've got several favorite scenes. Like they're all like ranked relatively equally.
Yeah.
Favorite episode is probably Far Side, just because it's such a visual treat.
Mm-hmm,
like there's just always something going on. The music, like the comedy of like the On the Road Again chase, is just it gets me in stitches every time.
Yeah.
But my favorite scene is I have to. It's like it's a tie between the Sig Scarborough Fair Last Stand. Sarah standing underneath the Sig after the Carrack battle, or the final stand of the Dawn.
Yeah.
All very emotionally charged scenes, and they just stick with me, and I love them so much. In large part thanks to your brilliant choice for the music.
Thank you.
Yes, the music is glorious. I loved hearing all those old Halo sounds.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
As a Halo fanboy, that just made me tear up a little bit inside. It's like, I miss
You
Halo.
like the Halo opening song for I think it was the Dawn. It starts with the Halo 1 opening music. Whatever. Link, how about you? Let's do you next.
There are two. One was a medium length. The other one was a little bit shorter. My first one was when I basically did a spacewalk on top of the Sig in combat in the canyon.
In the canyon? Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, and because the only thing I could do was repair and then just rounds flying right over my head, and eventually I got bopped off the Sig, but I was able to get back in.
That's the kind of a cool thing with the series. We have a lot of just things that are not fully scripted, right? The circumstance was scripted, but the actual
just
epic
organic
thing
combat.
organically kind of happened. Yeah, emergent almost. All right,
And
go
then,
on, Link.
The second scene was in the last episode when we went to save Sarah in the downed gup, and I drifted on accident. I accidentally did a really cool drift maneuver that only you could see.
Yeah, well, I mean, was that the thing? That's the thing I pointed out during the stream. I'm like, all right, this is Link's finest moment right here.
I just thought of another favorite point in the series.
All right, fine, send it.
Sig and Sarge and their dance.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Wait, what?
Where we did the like the DPI dampeners off jetpack spin with the fucking Geddon in the background.
Yeah, with the Horizon, I think it was, right?
Yeah, with Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were bored because Brock was setting something up, and I think it was I think it was probably Spectre who started doing it. And I just cranked up my DPI and joined that.
That just reminded me of the gravity scene.
No, we don't talk about that scene.
I know there's somebody out there who's gonna say cans, more cans,
more cans. If I ever get anything on Twitch, the first emote we're getting is gonna be a can.
Dude, if you ever do merch,
followed by the dolphin face, probably.
If you ever do merch, the first thing you gotta drop is a can shirt.
Maybe. Or a little plushy Sigmarius. Anyway, let's stay on track here. Dolphin, you're up next. Hit me up.
Episode 62.
What in the fuck is episode 6? I have to look this up.
So that was the old Sigmarius. You, Jenkins, and Gage on that planet to mine uranium. The big attack with 10 players.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome scene.
That was really cool because that was really fun to do, right? It was just
why did you grind the block down?
A legit FPS battle,
Yeah, we attacked you from all over the place. There was a little bit of few hiccups there, though, sadly. But
yeah, I mean, but you edited out. Yeah, Space Engineers was pretty shitty. What's your favorite scene to watch, in the series?
Favorite scene would be, that will be the same scene as Link got bombarded with the alcohol, and when we were dancing around in the stations and you saw the ospreys with disco lights.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
crashing into the fortress.
Yes, with dancing and I'm pointing or something like that, firing the Mac, and everybody turns around like, "What the fuck was that?" Okay, whatever. That was pretty funny.
Let's see. Ace, hit me up with your favorite scene to film and then your favorite scene.
All right. So favorite to film in was probably the finale, probably the last flight of the Sigmarius in '86, because you had me flying the thing, and that was although obviously it was a scripted flight, but it was real fun.
There's a lot
especially
of
when the
projectiles
bridge got
coming
blown out and we had to repaste it.
Yeah, I was in the bridge with you too, like because you see it in the scene where the explosions are going around Sigmarius, and 1 second later,
Yeah, Ace just, or Sarah, quote unquote, vanishes in just an explosion as it fades out.
Oh, she's dead.
So
then,
favorite to watch, I have to say episode 81 for a bunch of reasons, but the primary reason is because right as the episode starts, you just get Megalith Agnus Dei,
yes.
and that is the best fucking song you could have ever put there. Ace Combat 4 is a game that will always. I love that game. I hate that I can't play it anymore, but
I love how I could hear you putting your hand to your heart.
That song.
But no, the Ace it brought back memories from the Holy Trinity of Ace Combat, and it actually convinced me to buy Ace Combat 7. So
yeah, but like there was a very long stint of leading up to Ace Combat 7 of where I have so many Ace Combat influenced scenes. I'm really bummed I couldn't get Liberation of Grace Maria anywhere.
Oh, that would have been so good.
Yeah, it just didn't end up working out. I tried like twice and it just didn't work.
You were early on with the Ace Combat soundtrack though, because episode 23 was zero.
Yeah, I think I really got the Ace Combat bug when the trailers for 7 started hitting, which was happening right near the end of Osiris, and I was just shoving Ace Combat up it and everything.
And at the end of 80, you also had oh crap! I can't remember the soundtrack name. It's is it the Unsung War from Ace Combat 5?
I think so. Yeah, that was the Absolution episode for the speech. Yeah. Yeah, Spectre, you're up.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Favorite scenes. Let's see. Honestly, I loved every scene that the Dawn was in. Some of my favorite moments were macking that Cerberus that was on the planet that you guys were starting early.
And then you just screaming, "Hell yeah!" into the mic.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun to do. God, just flying the Dawn and just maliciously with zero fucks given, just randomly blowing things and ramming stuff. Any of those moments with the Dawn were easily my favorite.
Everybody knows Spectre loves blowing things.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Dawn is kind of a power like you get to have a power fantasy every time you're in the Dawn. It's like the strongest ship by a pretty big margin.
Osiris.
Cool. Apoapsis, the battle around Apoapsis Station, and then Apoapsis crashing into the moon was another one of my favorites.
Oh, that was the shipyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember like there was the fucking, I think it was the Immigrant sun was like building up, and all of a sudden just this thing randomly claps an osprey, and the music cuts out.
Mordeth.
Oh, the 300, yeah.
Oh god, what else was there?
That gun got shit done.
Yeah. 85 was just that was just a full blown montage of everything I love about the Dawn. And then 86, the final battle for Sarah. That was another one of my favorite moments.
Cool. Actually, on that note, before I answer it, yeah, the 300 mil on the top of the SIG is kind of the unsung hero of the series, right?
He took down 3 Protosses in a matter of seconds.
Just headshot. Yeah, Gager's like pissed. Like that scene was supposed to last so we could enjoy an Amber Clad. And Gage said, "Fuck your shit," and just headshotted all 3 ships.
It was amazing.
I'm pretty sure just about every single kill that the Sig got in that series, that none of them were actually scripted.
Yeah, most of them is just the 300 mil wrecking house. I guess to answer the question, what was my most favorite episode to film? I don't think I can really recall or point to anyone, but I think my most favorite, and perhaps understandably, I really, really like the scripted chill as fuck episodes with a little bit of like emergent gameplay. Those are always my favorite. Like just bouncing around, like essentially playing Space Engineers. Like we're on the station and somebody boops the station and now the station is under attack and we have to warp out. We're all just screaming. Like those are pretty good.
While
episodes.
the police chase you.
While the police.
Those are my favorite too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that was. We kind of forgot it because it's been so long, but a really big tenet of Sigmarius was like 2 scripted episodes or 1 scripted episode, 1 to 2 unscripted episodes, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. It's only in the last season where we had to wrap up the story that we went full on scripted about halfway through.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do an unscripted in the middle of a giant final battle.
Yeah, I mean, most of the battles are semi-unscripted, but yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm sad because like early on, and I think early on in season 8, like you and I were talking about like maybe having like sort of like one of those sort of unscripted episodes where McCormick and the Sig crew crashed
they
on a
meet
planet.
up and meet up together and have to work together before going
and I was
back to
so excited for that, but it just ended up never happening because there just wasn't enough time.
Yeah, and it's just
oof.
Yeah, we ran out.
Imagine me having to play 2 characters at once.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
In hindsight, I'm really glad we didn't do that because I don't know if I could have done a full unscripted.
Yeah, could have unscripted. Yeah, that much for characters. In terms of my favorite scene, like obviously, I think 85 and 86 are probably the best episodes in terms of like it's the pinnacle of what we were able to do. Especially, I think the Dawn episode specifically. It's just like a full on movie in my eyes. Like it's all scripted, everything about it, and it's just like it has a rise, middle, fall, etc.
Yep.
Most of the Sigmarius episode is ad-lib followed by like a lot of just wrapping up. So it's a great episode. It has good scenes, but it's not quite as well structured as the Dawn episode. So of course those are like going to be one of my favorite episodes or favorite scenes are obviously from that one, but you guys have kind of already picked that. So I'll pick something new. I think my favorite scene is the and I think I'll just roll it up on screen because it's hard to describe. But the scene where, what was it? Or the sequence where we're about to leave, the song from Ace Combat comes on, and Sarah's like, "Captain," and then we have a cheesy moment, and it's like, "Wait, they're coming back!" And then there's just gunfire in Farside Station, ripping all over, and the violin is playing, and it's in slow motion. And at the end, Sarah says my favorite line that she says, I think, and it's like, "No matter how this turns out, thank you, Captain," and then it fades. And I think that was like probably one of my favorite scenes up to that point. And it's probably still my top 5 favorite scenes in the entire series.
I just love how the series just continuously got better.
Yeah, and then in that same episode where the fucking the Ace Combat 7 music at the end when the SIG comes in and it culminates with the 2 ships crossing. That was
I always fucking laugh because like when the SIG busts through the side of Farside Station and like it starts wiping out everybody with like Vulcans. Like there's like when you pan across the dudes shooting at the SIG and getting picked off one by one. I just laugh my ass off because there's this dude obviously screaming and firing an automatic rifle. You can see a single Vulcan tracer whiz at him and he just vanishes.
See, the funniest part with that is the people don't die instantly. They get hit and it doesn't kill them, and they get yeeted across the station at like 100 meters a second at the speed cap, hit the wall and die.
That scene reminds me, I think it's a scene from like Alien or one of those movies where they're shooting the gun so fast at the alien, and then it runs down. They're like, oh,
oh no.
Never a problem with me. I always made sure to keep about 5,000 clips. Magazines.
Magazines! Alright, I think this episode is going to be a long one, but I think that's about it. Anyone have any closing remarks? Anyone want to say anything?
Not really.
No, I think we hit up mostly everything. We went down that nostalgia lane, right?
Yeah.
Be cool, stay in school, don't do drugs, drink your milk.
I look forward to learning how to ad-lib.
It's not happening.